now. So this meeting is now being recorded. For anyone who wants to review and get a copy of this meeting, I would gladly send this to all of you. All right. Now, um, let's still go on ahead and get tour, a quick tour about the virtual room that we're in, which is Skype. So right now, if you can see my screen, I'm hitting manage content, and then I have here more. So if I hit more, you can see that there's a whiteboard option, a poll option, and a Q&A option. So this is something that you can use for interaction. So for example, if I want to share the whiteboard, I can go on ahead and manage content. I can pull up a whiteboard and I can start drawing. So, di ba? Panalo. So, Um, this function is available with other platforms, but I just want to demonstrate that if there's a need for me to draw something like this, there you go. So I hope they are all okay back there in the office because I can't feed them anymore since I'm here. Pero if you can see my drawing, there you go. Ayan. So you can pull up a whiteboard here in Skype. If you will be the host, this is another way for you to present something. Oh, and there you go. Someone is also drawing things as well. If you are using your computer, you should have an option there on the side to write. So if you are using your computer, kindly give me a heart on the chat box, please, so that I would know who's on the phone and who's using a laptop or a PC. There you go. We have Camps using a PC. If you are using a phone or if you're not using a laptop or a PC, put there a broken heart. Chris, Doreen, good job. You guys are using your computers. Ay, tama ba? Computer ba yun? Okay. So, Cams, Doreen, Chris, Marielle, Rachel's using a phone, Sherry. Hey, everyone who's using their PC, ayun, talaga tinip may PC, thank you very much. If you guys are using your PC, mag-PC na lang ako. Ayokong mag-bro. Thank you, Chris. Yes, please. If you can use your PC so that we can demonstrate a few functions of Skype and the next set of tools that we will have, no? So going back, right now what you're seeing is the whiteboard functionality. Oh, there you go. We have Zen. If you see the writing tools on the right side, for those who's using your PC, kindly write stuff. All right, write your name so that I can see that you're able to use it. So we have Larny, we have Sen. How about you, Cams? Can you try writing your name? Oh, there you go. We have Doreen. Lalagyan, I'll put check. 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 We have Chris. Check. We have Biel. Check. We have Cams. Check. We have Sherry. We have Larny. Thank you very, very much. So, going back to the tour that we have here in Skype, this is the whiteboard function. And then I will go and switch. So, first thing that I was able to share is my desktop. Second thing that I am sharing is the whiteboard. And the last thing that I want to share is the PowerPoint presentation that is our discussion for today. I'm just going back. We are still doing the tour in the virtual environment. So, guys, if you're going to use the PowerPoint presentation as a host directly on Skype, um, your participants should be able to use the... Ay, Belinda, sorry, nasan ba? Thank you for getting my attention. I did not see your drawing, pero here, try to draw one more time. So going back, if you are using the PowerPoint presentation like the one that you have on your screen, look at the top right corner, the annotation tool, and let me type what that is. Annotation. Because this might be a jargon for us. Annotation tool, the function that allows you to write. So click it on the top right corner of your screen and choose anything that you want to use there. You can use the pencil, you can use the marker or the highlighter. So for the meantime, I'll use the pencil. I'll write my name. Ayan. Oh, sige nga. Can you guys try using it? Write something on the screen. This is just for the tour and then we will begin. Doreen, there you go. Sige. Go Belinda. Go write something in there. We have Sherry. We have the arrow stamp. Boom. In green. Di ba? I have my highlighter here. I have my highlighter here. I have my highlighter here. Okay. Okay. So going back, this is a function that we could use so that we can have more interaction. Okay, so we are now done with our quick tour with Skype so that mostly na-share nga sa akin kanina ni Cams, mostly you guys are participants eh. But in the future as coaches, definitely you will be hosting um, huddles, meetings, right? And we do have a lot of platforms, right? We do have a lot of platforms that we can use. Pero ang official natin is MS Teams, alright? And we also have Skype as our official platform. So for the meantime, we're using Skype for this discussion. And here, if you can see my desktop, I have a few more options here. We have Teams, we have Skype, we have WebEx. Not really recommending Zoom as much because of security situations. And this too would be our official conferencing tools. And then at the bottom part, we have a few things for chat. We have Viber, Messenger, but Slack is our official tool for messaging. And then we have Outlook. So, right now, this will be the way for me to have the discussion in. Okay, why is it so? Because for the past sessions that I've had, when we are sharing a PowerPoint presentation, we are getting errors. So meaning they're not seeing the screen. So what I'm gonna do for the meantime would be sharing my desktop and having the presentation or PowerPoint presentation right here like this. Okay, I will not use the here. If you look at my screen, I will not use this option, the PowerPoint sharing, because it gives technical errors. So we'll begin our discussion. This way, you might not have any way to do annotation, pero it's fine. Let's just use the chat for the meantime so that we can be continuous. Okay, let us begin. Okay, so here, these are the platforms that we have available. So many choices, so many options. All right, and we might have something that could be our favorite. So there you go. If you can see my screen now, we have a few logos here that could be your favorite. So normally what we should be doing is using the annotate tool, like, because look at this one. Encircle if this is your favorite. Encircle it in blue. All right. It should be how we would use it. Kaya lang baka kasi hindi gumana katulad kanina. Pero let's just use the chat box. Which is your favorite? What are you familiar with? How about the checkmark? Si checkmark kasi ano siya annotation tool pa rin siya no? Sige, try natin. 1 second. Okay. Okay. Game. So, let's try this. Hopefully it will work for this batch. Who is not able to see my screen or who is not able to see the PowerPoint presentation? Kindly just go off mute and then say that you can't see it. Pero kung lahat nakikita, we will continue here. Is there anyone who cannot see my screen? Loading, who's that? Si Doreen. Okay. Doreen, if that does not end loading, message ka lang ha. Babalik na lang ako dun sa desktop sharing. But the rest, if you can see it, can you give me a heart? Give me a heart if you can see it. Tapos game na tayo talaga. Tuloy-tuloy na to. Alright? Ayun, sinulat ang heart. Ayun naman pala eh. So this is the best batch. Everyone can see it. Napakapanalo naman. Let's continue na. So thank you very much guys for responding. Going back, we have a lot of choices, a lot of options when it comes to keeping touch with everyone, lalo na naka-home quarantine situation tayo. Pero I want you to choose. So choose your favorite. Follow the instruction. It says here, put a stamp if you want WebEx. So anong stamp? Yung check stamp. Ito. So if this is your favorite, put a check stamp. So everyone, let's do a quick activity. If MS Teams is your favorite, encircle in red, sabi, like this. Ayun. If Skype is your favorite, encircle in blue. If Slack, box in green. If other, write the name. Sige, go. We just wanna get a quick temp check. Larnie is pointing at Skype. Okay. The rest? Ayun, may nag-highlight. Oh, may nag-heart. May nag-Skype ang kanilang favorite. May nag-Webex, may nag-Teams. Wala tayong others. Ah, parang walang may gusto kay Slack. May nag-check pa sa Skype. Goodness, we have a winner. So, thank you very much for choosing these platforms kasi it's part of the topic that we have today. So, I'm gonna proceed. Our agenda for today is for us to get an overview of the types of, oh, sorry, one second. Overview of the types, yeah. Overview of the types of interaction. There are multiple ways for us to interact with our peers, our experts, our managers. We're gonna talk about that real quick. When to use each system. Permission to excuse myself. Touch base with Copy Mariel. Don't worry, I'll be sending the recording and we'll be sending some other invites. I'll be including you in. All right. So, going back, when to use each system. Madami kasi tayong system eh. We have a lot of platforms that we can use. So it's really important for us to know which one is best for that type of interaction that we're talking about. Okay? And then best practices and functions. These are the agenda that or the objectives that we have for today. We won't not go deep dive, all right? We'll just go with the basic, just 3 applications and then we're done. Okay? Hope you're ready. Be ready. I might be calling your attention. I'll be needing your help to help me read a few of the bullets. Okay? So, okay, this is our first application. Okay? So, if there's anyone who could go off mute, tell me what is this? What is this logo? Let me call on Chris. Chris, can you go off mute? Go, Chris.
Outlook.
Outlook, thank you very much. Bing, 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 bing. You win this. Bago pandesal, if you can see
Pengen,
my...
pengen, pengen, pengen.
I would really love to. We will contact the
Ako din.
errand.
Pahingi.
Actually, if you can see my monitor, I have
Sardinas yung ano, may relief ditong sardinas.
3.
Sakto yan.
Thank you very much. And as we all
Deliver mo
know,
na yan, Marv.
si Errand
Nung
Boy,
balot naman siya.
eto, kung nakita niyo sa likod ko, yan, no, parang may tindahan dito sa likod, o yung mga supply namin for 1 month. Well, going
Sorry,
back.
sorry, sir.
Basta pagkain, nagsalita lahat, oh.
And Chris, it is really our topic for today. When it comes to virtual interaction, huddle and observation, it's hard to see if people are listening. So you need to be creative. Not everyone will go off mute. So you could crack a joke, get a topic in, or be creative with chat, or use the annotation tool. I'm really, really, really happy. You're the first batch that can see PowerPoint presentation without a desktop sharing. Pero going back, if there's anyone who cannot see my screen, go off mute, let me know. We will go back to you looking at my desktop. No? Pero for the meantime, let's proceed. Get my attention if you don't see the screen. So, we all know Outlook. Kaya lang, for the meantime, on the virtual world, Outlook is best for sending stats, updates, news information, yung target offer natin. If you have scripts, there's a lot of things that you want to write. It doesn't mean that it's the only way, pero it's just best to, it's one of its function as an overview. And sending recognition is nice as well when it comes to, ay, nawala. Sorry, let me go back. Sending recognition is nice as well kasi one composition, one click of a button, one send, and then everyone would see who you're recognizing with. Might it be your expert, your manager, your supervisor, your peer? It goes across the globe right away in just one click. So an entire documentation that you can send really easy and efficient. Utilize calendar. Yeah, oh, so I can't stress enough how important this is. Kasi si calendar, si calendar, we might not be used to having it before. Pero right now, we need it because we need to plan. Right now, if you're at home, everything is blurred. What do I mean by that? Your break, your lunch, your start of shift, and end of shift might be blurred. Tulad namin, nag-start kami ng shift 3 p.m. kahapon. Anong petsa na? So, tapos halo-halo na yon yung yeah, you need to really manage the task better and you need a calendar for that. Integrate. So with Outlook, you can integrate MS Teams, Skype, and Slack meetings. So we'll be demonstrating that later, no? So going back, it's just a quick overview with the functions of Outlook. Chris, can you popcorn someone? I need someone to read best practices.
Si Madam Belinda.
Madame Belinda, can you kindly read just the first two bullets? Go ahead, Belle. If you can hear me, we cannot hear you, but you are out of mute. You're not on mute.
Okay, how about this?
It is a lot better now, loud and clear. Thank you very much.
Okay. Send recurring meeting makers for coaching and meetings so expert get a pop-up reminder. Be mindful of your scheduled coaching, pre-schedule them, and give yourself a buffer for documentation.
Thank you very much. And yes, if you want to highlight something, you have your annotation tool available. You can draw while I'm talking. So, um, Belinda mentioned send reoccurring meeting. As we all know, sometimes our managers will be telling you and sending you um, weekly meetings or weekly coaching. They will send you a reminder weekly, and Outlook is best for that. Um, yes, please, Rach, if you have to, but we'll be sending a follow-up invite that you can join for the things that you have missed. And then be mindful of your schedule. Pre-schedule. So when you say pre-schedule, um, you need to schedule things ahead of time. Question, and anyone can answer this using chat. How many days should you send your coaching invite to your expert before the actual coaching? So how many days in advance should you send your coaching invite to your experts? You can answer through the chat, put the number of days. So kasama yan sa onboarding nyo. With Ayn in April. So how many days ka dapat nagsasend? Well, and Chris, thank you very much for, putting what you think in mind 2 days in there. We will not judge anyone who gets any mistake. This is a safe environment, okay? So I just want to put that in. How many days in advance to send your coaching invite to your expert? Thank you, Arnie, for those who might have missed the question. The rest, let's get two more answers. Please don't judge me. Absolutely, absolutely, Chris, don't worry. During these times, we don't want to create conflict or judging. We need to work together and help each other out. Ayn is writing something. Let's get two more answer. April is listening. Yeah. Okay, guys. For those who knows the answer, how many? How many days? Hala, hindi na sumagot yung mga tao. Si Chris lang. Okay. So, we will not wait for you, pero prepare for the next question, ha? So, it should be a week in advance or it should be 7 days. So, if you will be coaching your expert, send the invite today. All right? 7 days in advance or a week in advance. That's part of our onboarding, and Outlook is the best tool for us to use when it comes to, there you go, 7 days in advance. So, I'll be reading the next set of bullets. Marvin can be a DJ. Thank you, Zen. So, let's go with the next best practice. Share, share your calendar. Don't, hey, don't worry, Chris. All right, going back. No one will judge you, and it's really nice to be be honest. Just be honest, and it'll really be nice. So, share your calendar with your expert and email notes for meeting and follow up. So, guys, I'll be switching to sharing my desktop. I want to demonstrate how this is done. Um, Right now, I hope you guys can see my desktop. So let me pull out our chat so that I can see our chat as well. Give me 1 second. Let me hide this. There you go. Okay. So, huh. Now you should be seeing my Outlook. And here on my Outlook, I have my calendar. What a colorful calendar, you might be saying, right? So, because I like to put colors into where what that meeting is all about. I have everything in orange here for FLD things, everything in magenta for T-Mobile, for Clark stuff, everything in red for really important stuff, and yellow for Triad and coaching. So you can do that. You can right-click something and categorize it for your own viewing management help. Pero what I want to share with you guys is a few basic things. Sending an invite. You could go on ahead and here you can see my mouse pointing throbbing. Mouse pointer throbbing. You can click this one and then you can create a meeting, and then most of us might already know that. But one thing that I want to share is that option or clicking the specific time of the day. Let's say Sunday. This is Sunday. And then let's say 9 a.m. So this is 12 a.m. 9 a.m. ng Sunday. This one. I can see that this space is blank. This interval is blank. I can double click the thing using my mouse if I'm using a PC. But what I really, 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 really want to share is this option. Look at this one. Hit Skype meeting. And then now you have Skype meeting. That will be, how you put a Skype meeting in, like where we're at right now. You just click that and automatic you create a room for your conference meeting. Really easy thing to do. For those who might not know it, I'm putting it right there. Two other things that I want you guys to know. This part. If you see this part, my mouse pointer is throbbing on the topmost part. We have here the word share. And I can share my birthday or I can share my calendar. So here, sharing my calendar, I have placed here the names of my entire organization along with Larnie and Cecil. And what's that for? Let me put that into a demonstration. Right next to share, we have add. If I click add and I choose here open shared calendar, and let me type the name of Michelle Loriano, and then there you go. What do I see right next to me? I can see my boss's calendar. So this is really helpful. If I click a day, it mirrors the other screen. If I click, what could Yale be doing on the 15th of April? So I click the 15th on the leftmost corner, and then I can see her calendar. So I can see when will be the best time for me to get a one-on-one with her or ask her a question, have her to teach me things, or you can also do this with your experts. So going back, for us not to have overlapping schedules, it's really best for us to, share calendar so that we can plan ahead of time. So I hope that was clear for everyone. I will go back to my presentation. Give me a second. So there you go. Okay. All right. So, were you guys able to follow that? If your answer is a yes, kindly get the sun into the chat box, please. Like the one that I did there. If you were able to follow the demonstration, put a sun. If you were not able to follow the demonstration, put a broken heart. Goodness, the sun is shining like my forehead. It's shining. And my hair, and my mustache, and my beard. Aray, sorry Chris. Hindi ako bumusina. Beep beep. Put the cap on. Thank you very much if you were able to follow that best practice. Like what I have mentioned earlier, calendar invites are sharing calendar invites, creating invites using Skype is really, really good. Now, here, I want to get your confidence level. Give me a 1 if you are not that confident with Outlook. Give me a 5 if you are really confident in using Outlook. If give me a 6 or a 7 if you are highly confident. Give me a class S or a Jedi version or master. Basta, we just want to get a feel. Please feel comfortable putting whatever you feel right then, and just be honest.
I
There you
wish I
go.
have that Jedi level skills.
I wish as well. Average, Sherry on the average part. We have Cams typing on a 3. We have Doreen typing, and 3 is good. Don't worry, if you put a 2 or a 1, no one will judge you. Alright? And we are here for you anytime. Let us know if you need help before you go on a huddle. We can practice with you if you want. Alright? Just let us know. Give us a quick buzz if, you know, okay, thank you for giving me your updates. I'll be moving on the next topic. The next topic, aside from Outlook, because we only have 3 software applications. So the second one is Skype. So, who was the last one to read? Belinda, can you kindly get one of our participants to read the overview for Skype?
Sherry.
Go, Sherry.
All right, it's run engaging team meetings, huddles, and coaching, accessible through phones and computer, screen share with experts.
Thank you very much, Sherry. You won a bag of pandesal. So, no, I'm just kidding. So, here, you're absolutely right. Skype is something that we all know for video conference and chat. And since it's known for video conference and chat, there's really not much of a thing to do with it that is where it's best at aside from meeting, huddle, and coaching. So there's nothing like face-to-face interaction, like you seeing the sun every day like this, or seeing my uniform, which is still intact. Seeing everyone or any everyone face-to-face is really, really nice. So Skype is a way, Teams is a way. There are multiple ways of having it. Accessing through mobile phone and computer, very versatile. Skype, share screen with the expert, like what we are doing earlier. So those are its basic functions. Now, let me go on ahead and get the best practices. Best practice. Let me read it for you guys. Take remote access. So, remote access is what? It allows you to take control of another person or a participant's computer. I can allow you, or I can have you share your screen with me right now. I can pass the presenter option to you, but let's not do that right now. But I just want to put that in, that it's an option for Skype. You can do remote access. Morning street calls if you're gonna do call listening and share something, or a plain video conference call for your entire team or with your entire team. Engage using the webcam. Oh, yun yung maganda. At the moment, I'm using my webcam on a laptop. You might be using a PC or you might be using a laptop. You just don't want to show your faces. Pero our expert can use their phone's webcam so we can see their faces. Di ba? Going back, there's really nothing like seeing each other. Nakakamiss din kasi. Hey. Pero going back, aside from that, there's really, really, really nothing like having that seeing each other personal touch situation. And then, if you see the last part, use the whiteboard so that you can have them engage during meetings. Katulad nga ng ginawa natin kanina. So, right now, I have a question. And then, here's my question. I will highlight it in yellow. Why is this helpful in the environment that we're in right now? Since we are not next to our expert, how can remote access help us? What things would need remote access? Ayun na, may nagsulat na ng sagot. Okay. Sino to? Ah, inspect. Okay, thank you very much. Let's get one more answer. For the person who wrote the inspect piece, can you call on anyone on the si Belinda pala nagsulat. So Belinda, get someone. Ay, sorry, naklik ko. Okay? Okay. So I'm gonna move on. Hala, may nagsulat na naman. Cre, then, very good. You guys are awesome. So, um, you can't share your credentials, right? So what you can do is get that access in and then type by yourselves using someone else's tool. So you can still save your credentials. Thank you very much for the examples. Going back, I will not really show a lot when it comes to Skype because we already did demonstrate during our tour earlier. Okay, so we're gonna move on ahead with asking you your confidence level. Can you type in your confidence level? How confident are you with using Skype, with one being the lowest, five being the highest, or not really five, maybe six or seven or 10, if that's up to you. If you want to put 99, just go ahead and type it in there. There you go. We have a four. Uh-huh. With Larnie, we have a three here. We have a four with Chris, four with Doreen. There you go. So yeah, just keep it coming. Comes with a three, and it's absolutely fine. You can put a 2 or a 1 or a 0 or a negative if you're not really that comfortable. But thank you very much for your participation. Fairly enough, we are good at Skype. We're gonna proceed with the next option. The next tool is Slack. All right. Before I even start, let's check the confidence level of our team. So we'll do it in reverse. How confident are you in using Slack? 5 being the highest, 1 being the lowest, and I'll give myself a 1. Pareho kami nila Arnie dahil locked out kami. So, oh, we have one more there. Belinda, is this you? Are we all on the same page? You, me, and Arnie? Sige, the rest of the team, just put it in there. We just want to get a feel on how you feel about Slack. Cams is a 2, don't be ashamed about it. We'll work on it together. Sherry is a 3, Crisanto is a 4. Wow, we have there a guru. Doreen is a 1 as well. Go ahead, please. Continue. Just type it in there. 2, sorry, nag-increase from 1 to 2, and it's absolutely fine. Hey, team, don't worry about it. We're going to work together. We're going to make sure. I'm going to tell you a little secret, all right? So let me just proceed with reading what we have here on the screen. Slack is our official tool for chat. We have our war rooms there. We have a quick support system in chatting using Slack. We have our channels there. So let me just read to you what we have on the screen, and then we will be proceeding. All right. So we have here chat individual teams. Well, as we all know, using threads. All right, things that was already written down so that we can do back reading. Back read. So back reading. Share documents. We can share files. A way for us to get CRT update and sharing updates. Recognition in the game. O, diba? So you listen to a call and then you wanna go on ahead and not interrupt someone from taking that call. Recognize natin siya via chat. Alright, using Slack. Accessible through phone and computer, and then screen sharing. So what's the point? Guys, if you look at it, its functionality is almost the same with others. Screen sharing. Share documents. Chat. Familiar with Messenger, familiar with Viber, familiar with the other tools. So going back, once we get this up, I bet that we will be familiar in how to use it. We just have to explore it now that we have time. So I want to share a few best practices. So with Slack, here, just make sure that its notification is something that you will notice. No, this is my fault kasi. I had Viber issues before because the notification is not noticeable. So, since you don't want to defeat the purpose of not knowing anything that is coming from Slack, dahil yan ang ating official chat tool, make sure that the notification is noticeable. Ha? touch base with your expert through the day, not just when they reach out with you. You might not have time to talk to everyone, pero hopefully you have time to send out a message to your expert asking them how they are, during these days, lalo na yung mga hindi nakawa. Don't wait for them to reach out to you. You know, let's let's practice concern and care. Sending them a message how they are right now. So Slack is the best option. Keep engagement up. How do you keep engagement up? Like this one, what we're doing, writing on the screen. Pero with Slack, we have games, riddles, we have polls. All right, there are multiple options to get engagement in. Pin important documents like offers. This is the offer of the day. Ayan, ipin mong ganyan. Start channels or group chats is something that Slack is capable with, familiar with other tools as well. Learners and leaders can draw like what we are doing right now. So going back, you will see familiarity. Now, I'll be sharing my desktop again, and I have something to show you plus a question. Okay? So, here's my question. In the coaching model pair, ayan ah. So, in the coaching model pair, so we have prepare, uh, we have act, we have influence and review. This picture that you see on the screen, so this is a Slack conversation. All right. So we have Dan Barker here. So Dan is our coach. So Dan is our coach. And then Dan is talking to his expert. His expert is John Sherrill. Okay.
Oh, there. Okay.
So
My
my
screen is now available.
can you see the screen? Okay. Going back.
Yeah,
Get
it's now available.
Okay, thank you. Get our attention if you don't see the screen. So I'll have my chat box here right next to it. So here's my question, okay? The conversation on the screen. Tell me, is this prepare, act, influence, or review? We have Chris typing, we have Doreen typing. Whatever you have in your head, don't be afraid. It's a safe environment. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Feel comfortable making mistakes. It's the best way to learn. No one will judge you. Okay, go. This conversation. What part of pair is this? Hala, nasa na yung answer? Go. You just need to choose. Prepare. Okay, we have influence. Okay. We have influence with an M. Joke lang yun. It's okay. I know it's a typo. Don't worry. All right, let's get two more answers. So, two more answers. We have review and we have spelling bully. One more answer. One more. You can say I don't know. I'm not sure. It's fine. Prepare. Okay, good. Thank you very, very much. Now, I'm gonna show you something, everyone. Okay. Not this DCMM. There. So this is the coaching documentation form. Alright. So right now, since we will not be using ECFR for coaching documentation, this is the link that we're using. Alright. So I'm gonna walk you through really, really, really quick lang dun sa mga ina-answeran dito. So date of coaching, let's say the coaching happened Ay, sorry, preview natin siya. Alright, so let's say date of coaching, you just choose a date. Name of coach, let's say Crisanto. There you go. So, and then name of expert, let's say Marvin, etc. So, put the full name. Now, this is just an example. Isn't it that in the prepare piece, we interpret performance trend, and then after we interpret performance trend, we look at any metric focus. Let's say our focus is FCR because the expert's FCR is not really doing good for the past weeks. So what I want to do is, let's say the FCR of the expert is 55. Ayan, 55. So let's say my end of week goal is 60, let's say 63. Let's say yan, end of week goal. So isn't it in the preparing, you look at the trend and then you get a goal and then you use Crest, you use speech analytics, Variant, you listen to calls. And after you listen to calls, you will get a behavior. That is your first part of the prepare, or that's the first part of prepare. And then after you get the behavior, let's say um, demo, no, let's say tell the customer about the next steps to take using C2. Ayan. So advisements lumalabas. So once you have placed that, isn't it that you already have a behavior? What will you do with the behavior? You give the behavior to the expert. So you tell the expert that, hey Marvin, yeah, I'm really happy that you're using um, personal responses. You tell the customer how much you care on your own way. So I'm really happy that you're doing that. And we've been talking about it last week, and you have accomplished it. Nail head on the spot. Nail on. So it was really, really great. Now, I think you're ready for your next milestone. So I want you to, if you're ready, I want you to tell the customer that their next steps to do based on the C2 documents that we have. So after mo sinabi yun, sinabi mo yung next behavior, that's the act phase. So, nung sinabi mo na yung behavior, syempre, i-observe mo siya. You need to observe the expert with multiple calls for remote observation o kaya recorded. Kasi you already told them what to do eh. So every time that you get them that they are not doing what they're supposed to do, so definitely you give them feedback. Oh, Marvin, you did not tell the customer that they need to um, take a look at this, do that, and do so. So feedbackan mo siya. Let's say you gave them feedback 5 times that they're not doing what they're supposed to do. So if they're not doing what they're supposed to do, you need to hit no. Was the behavior displayed after multiple observation? If it's not being displayed after multiple observation and feedback, you need to find out the root cause. But after multiple observation, they are displaying the behavior. It should be a yes. Dahil sa feedback mo, they're doing the behavior. Celebrate success. You don't need to do root cause na. Pero if you need to do root cause, once you get the root cause, get a smarter action plan. And this is the influence part. And then you need to check if they're doing the action plan and set a follow-through date. Now, during the follow-through date, you should have reviewed their performance if it moved or not. Going back to the situation, which part of the pair model is this conversation? You can stick to the same answer or you can change your mind. Dali, type nyo lang. Does it prepare, act, influence, or review? Okay. One more, just one more. Go, Sherry. After you place your answer, we're good. At nawala. Influence. Here. The answer is, it's the act phase. Kasi, once you're done preparing, going back. So, once you're done preparing, ito, nag-prepare ka, back natin. Nag-prepare ka. Umabot ka dito sa part na, ang ending kasi ng prepare, you have a behavior. So, done na yung prepare. So, ang next part ng coaching, ang next part ng pair after you prepare is you tell the expert na kung ano yung behavior niya. So, if you're gonna tell the expert what their behavior is about, And then that will be act phase. So, the act phase kasi, pull out ko lang, bilis na bilis lang. So, the act phase is communicate the expectation kung anong behavior yung kailangan nilang gawin, and then check for understanding. So, ask them if they can demonstrate the behavior that you gave them, and then gain commitment. So, etong buong part na to, na part ng conversation, sinabi nga niya, di ba? Are you ready for the next, exactly, you're implementing active listening. Feedbackan siya through Slack. Tapos the next thing is, sabi niya, you ready? I think we are ready to move to the next focus na. Going back. So, they're graduated for the previous behavior, you know, and then they're gonna give the new behavior na. So going back, this is now the way that we are expected to do the act phase. The act phase, when you give the behavior after the preparation, you can do it two ways. Number one, call the expert and tell them what's their behavior to work on. Or number two, send them a Slack message so that you can tell them what's the next behavior that they need to work on. So going back, this is the act phase. Okay, well, don't worry about it. If you didn't get it right, it's absolutely fine. All right, so chill. We're not gonna do anyone any harm. All right, because we're all new to this environment that we're in. That's why we have this training. All right, that we're currently conducting, and that's actually the last piece. That's the last what shall call it? That's the last application or software that we're gonna talk about, which is the Slack app. Let me just share my screen again. Give me 1 second. Okay. So I just have two more questions, and this ends the entire discussion. So I just need you guys' help in answering my two questions here. Okay. But going back, if you have any question, please feel free to ask the question. All right. But just go on ahead and get yourself off mute or type your question on the chat box. Here's my question. Question number one. Okay. Can you guys see my screen? Can anyone get off mute and say yes if they can see my screen?
Yes,
Yes.
I can see your screen and then your beautiful face.
Thank you, Chris. My long hair kumukulot na bangs. So, thank you. So, guys, here, let's answer this first question. So, how will you best utilize your tools to keep your expert engaged? And let me specify the engaged part, like this one. In a meeting, how can you make sure that they are engaged, they're participative, they're listening? All right. So, and those things. So, going back, how will you best use your tools? Can anyone go off mute and answer this question? For those who's not seeing the question, I'm reading it. That's the first question. This is the last two questions and we're done. Those who's not seeing the question, you can read it on the chat box. How will you best utilize your tools to keep your experts engaged? Ayan. So, sino ba yung huling sumagot kanina? Was it you, Sherry? Can you get, or was it Doreen? I forgot already. So, or was it Cams?
It was
She-
Sherry.
Sherry, get someone. Get someone to answer our question. Don't worry, they will not wait for you in main gate, naka-quarantine.
Marvin, I joke.
Aside from the presenter, well, aside from me and Arnie. Sige, okay lang yan.
Miss Doreen.
Doreen. So, any answers would do. We just want to hear how will you best utilize your tool to keep your expert engaged kasi napaka-importante ng engagement ngayon. Go for it. You could go off mute, Doreen. You might be on mute still. Oh, there you go. Catch their attention and do the same thing that we are doing now. Which one? Which one of what we're doing now? Just to be more specific. Ayun, let them navigate and Q&A. Yes, absolutely. We can do Q&A, we can do polls. I just did not do, but let me give you an example. What is your favorite color? So, yes, you can do this. Let me just do this real quick. Blue, red. Ayan. This is just an example of a poll that you can do, but it's not loading. Ayan, it's loading na. So you can do interactive things like this where you only have two options. So for the last question, Doreen, choose a name, get a name. We can repeat anyone. Will you make any changes after today? Meaning, will you change the way that you interact and use tools? If it's a yes, please go on ahead and share to us how. So Doreen, get a name. That's our last question and we're done.
Camille,
Cams, go on ahead and share.
Hello, can you hear me?
Absolutely.
Okay, so yeah, definitely I'm gonna change the way that I'll be using the tools because moving forward, I've learned that there is a more interactive way on how we can get our, on how we can get our experts' attention. Like this one, the annotation. Like if you're doing a huddle, one way for them to be able to share their thoughts is that you can use the annotation and also in Slack, you can also make some kudos in Slack, which is something that I was not doing before. But since Slack is one of our tools or the chat support that we're using, instead of the Spark, I'll be utilizing Slack and we'll also be using it to give kudos to my experts.
Thank you, Cam. So, going back, I hope you would be getting a few more tips on how to keep that engagement in. Sabi ko nga kanina, medyo mahirap to keep people engaged. Look at this one. Last thing that I want to share in the box. You can set people's expectation. Like, if they want to answer, you can use this one, the smiley that's raising their hand para to get the presenter's attention that, hey, I want to give a feedback, I want to answer. So, if magulo, sometimes if there's no order, sabay-sabay nagkakasalita, tapos sometimes they all at the same time will be quiet. So you can use that raise your hand icon or you can put a rule. If anyone wants to talk, put a rainbow in the chat box. So di yun. So you can also check if they're listening. Kapag mali yung sagot. And it's okay. If the answer is wrong, don't worry about it. Get this. Oh, yan. Hey, ngayon ko lang nakita yung chat box icon. Ay, sorry naman, Melinda. But don't worry. We have this call recorded. If there are things that you might have missed, I'll be stopping the recording right now so that it will be not that much of a